Okay, are we live? Let's wait a bit. Is there anyone here? You guys let me know if you can hear me or see me clearly. Hello, hello. Yes, now we have it. Great. Hello, hello everyone. You guys can hear me, can see me clearly now. We are live. We are on. That's good. Yeah, so let's get it started. At first, let me introduce myself, DM there. Hello, hello, welcome to the session. So I'm Haroldo, and I'm from Brazil, and I'm a teacher here on italki.com. So I teach Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, and English as well. And if you are all watching this video, it's just because you are registered on italki, and you are also eager to learn a new language. So thank you. Thank you for being registered on italki, and thank you for being here. We are having 20 hours a day of live sessions every day. Okay, so if you'd like to talk to teachers, this is a good opportunity for you to learn more about italki, about learning a language at all. And if you have any question, we can discuss today. So very good to have you all here. Okay, I guess most of you are familiar with italki, okay, being here, but I just want to give you a brief introduction and help you navigate the website and also find the perfect teacher for you. So this is part of our main mission tonight. Okay, so let's get it started talking a bit about italki. So italki is a global language learning community that connects students like you all and teachers like myself for one-on-one online language lessons. Those language lessons will be very much like this one today, okay? With a basic but important difference that today I can't hear you or see you, okay? You can hear me and see me, I hope so, but it's just one way channel today. But in a regular lesson, it's like one on one, like face to face. You see? So that's a big difference because we can communicate directly, and this is quite nice. But today you have a possibility to talk to me. So if you have any question about learning a language, about italki, or if you have any comment, if you'd like to talk about something regarding languages, please feel free to use the stop chat box we have here on the right hand side of your screen, okay, of our page. So you can take a look. We have a comment box, the top chat. You can use it, okay, and we can discuss, we can talk about things together. I hope you have good connections and good conversations today, okay? So, do you guys know that there are over 10,000 teachers on the platform? Yes, more than 10,000 teachers, and they are teaching so many different languages. Okay. And well, if you are learning English, it's even better because out of them, so out of this 10,000, we have more than 3,000 English teachers. More than 3,000. Okay. This is a lot. This is a huge opportunity for you to start learning. Yeah, yeah, it's many, many teachers, and they are from many different places in the world. So this is something quite nice because we are talking about people that are speaking English. Maybe they're English teachers or other languages, but focusing on English at least. You have American teachers, you have British teachers, which is great, okay? But it's also nice to talk to people from different places in the world, since English is a very spread and spoken language with many, many different accents. So this is also one level of your learning, okay? Which is to understand different accents. That's why it's a good opportunity, it's a good experience for you to have. Okay, I am one of those teachers. So, as I said in the beginning, I teach Brazilian Portuguese, which is my native language, and I teach also English. So, especially for people from Latin America, because they can understand my accent very well and they have a close accent to mine. So, that's why it's a good experience. But I teach many people from different places, at least at the elementary level. Okay, and maybe I will see some of you guys soon. Okay, so I hope so. You have an US accent, are you? Well, it's not exactly US accent because it's from Brazil, but we are very, very influenced by this accent because of this global thing. So that's why our accent is close to it. Let me give you another example. I live in Sweden nowadays. So here in Sweden, they have an accent very close to the British accent because it's like an European thing, I think. So that's why it's nice because they are quite different, slight differences. Okay. Sergey Boydson. Hey, hey, hello, Sergey. Welcome. Am I saying your name correctly? Please let me know. Okay, so welcome, guys, to this session. So, one interesting fact that you may not know is that according to a research, a very recent research, italki came out as the number one online platform to learn a language. Okay, the number one. So italki came out as the greatest one. They say it takes just 19 hours on italki compared to a college term to move from one level to another in a language. Okay, just 19 hours is too few. So if you are a beginner, let's say you are a beginner, or you are at A1 level, maybe, which is the official basic level, you can move from A1 to A2 within just a duration of 19 hours, compared to 45 hours, which is on average what it takes in the college term. So you see the difference, like 19 hours against 45. This is a big difference. As you scroll down this page, there's a diagram, like a picture comparing it. And it's quite nice to have this information, because we use this information for you to think about the time you save, as well as the money you were saving having lessons on italki, and for sure, the convenience of learning from anywhere you want. So, for example, now I am at home. Actually, I am in my bedroom. And when you are in your bedroom, you can learn English, okay, or you can learn any other language. When you are at the office and you have a break, you can make the most of this time and enjoy it, you see, to have a lesson. Or maybe like some of my students do, they have lessons while they are commuting. You know what I mean? So some people, they take 1 hour every day to go to work and 1 hour more to get back home. So this means like 2 hours, 2 wasted hours a day. And you can make the most of this time having a language lesson. Okay. So let's see. Yes, but I communicate using a dictionary. So do you understand everything? Little good, good guys. Yeah, it's good to communicate using a dictionary in the beginning, okay? Because you maybe, Sergey, you are learning new words. Am I right? So when you are learning new words, you have dictionary in your favor on your side. And do you use bilingual dictionary or a monolingual, like in your language? What do you use? Let us know. So I gave you all this information to ask you, like, why don't you try taking an online lesson with an italki teacher? Yeah, so I have something to motivate you to start your language learning journey right now. Okay, I have a coupon here you can use to get $10 extra on your first purchase on the platform. So let me send you guys this coupon as a comment so that everyone can see it. There you go. Yes, this is a coupon. There it goes. Yes. So what you have now is a coupon you can use, but please note that this coupon will only work on your first purchase on the platform. So you go to this website, and let me show you guys something. If you were watching this using your phone or your iPad or something, and you can't see the chat box, so there it goes. Okay, this is the coupon get 10. So in order to get $10 extra, you use this code. So you have to go to this website, which is italki.com/recharge. You go to this website and you top up your account, like you can set up your credits, and you use this code get 10. When you use this and you redeem it now, you have not only your credits but also $10 extra. Okay, for you to book a lesson with any teacher you like, right? And for you to start your language learning journey. So that's why we are sending you this gift. Okay, so uh, one of the topics we are talking about today is your online language lesson. Okay, so there are some tips I'm going to give you guys now to enjoy and to start your journey. And the first one is to create a goal for language learning, which is something very, very important. So, one thing that happens a lot is that I get a lot of messages from students saying something like, I want to improve my English, or I want to improve my Portuguese in my case. This isn't a goal. This is a very general and obvious statement. For sure, you'd like to improve it. But with this statement, it isn't enough to motivate you or maybe give you a clear direction on what to learn. And it also doesn't give me a clear direction on what to teach you. So without clear goals, you will learn a little bit lost and you waste a lot of time. So this can lead to frustration, and we don't want you to do that, okay? So let me give you what is an example of a clear goal. If you say to yourself, like, I want to confidently introduce myself at meetings, this is a good thing. Okay, this goal will immediately give you focus and direction on what to learn. Instantly, you know that you need to learn the most common words and expressions for introductions and meetings. You see? On the other hand, a lot of students they approach me with a very specific goal, but one that isn't realistic. They want to speak a language perfectly. I tell them that perfect English or perfect Portuguese doesn't exist, but they don't believe me. As a language learner, you should have made the same mistake, maybe. And you know what? If your goal is to become fluent in a language, you have to be honest with yourself and say, do I even know what I mean by fluent? Otherwise, this goal can put a lot of unnecessary pressure on you. And if I were to set a goal today, it would be to confidently have like work related conversations with my coworkers, for example. This is a goal. Okay, this goal would guide me, the type of vocabulary I needed, and would help focus my attention. You see? So it's also way more realistic than expecting to know everything in a language in a short time. So it's a process. Once you have clear and a realistic goal, you can dedicate time to achieving it. All right. So the most important thing is to relax and enjoy your lesson. Okay. So once you book your lesson, you can ask your teacher if they know of any quick ways to help you with some problems that you know you have. It might be that you always get confused with using prepositions, for example, like at, in, on in a sentence, or maybe you find it difficult to pronounce some words. Okay, if you know what's the point, like you need to work on, you can ask your teacher because your teacher will be able to help you quickly. Another point, which I found it nice, is to learn some phrases. And I do this with my students as well. I teach my students some basic phrases like a small arsenal that will help them sound instantly more fluent. And what is it like? For example, in my very first lesson, I like to teach my students how to say, like, how do you say that? Or what do you call this? Or maybe, what does it mean? What do you mean with that? When I teach those sentences, you will see yourself speaking the language, speaking your new language, and understanding it. Because when you are understanding, if you don't understand something for some reason, you can ask your teacher in your new language. And this will be great. Okay, you see yourself speaking the language. And this is also the same about learning vocabulary and grammar, which is also a great idea for a goal, but try to be as specific as possible. Talk to your teacher about any specific words, phrases, or maybe sentence structures you find difficult. Okay. For example, vocabulary is something huge. Like a child. A child is learning words randomly, and maybe you don't have this time to learn every word in a language. But you can start with things that are surrounding you. For example, what do you work with? What do you study? Or what are your interests? When you work with that words, try to think about something you would say very well in your own language. And then try to think if you can say that in your new language. Try to use these words, this vocabulary you need. Okay? This is a good thing. Can you please explain the difference between I don't have and I haven't? For sure, I can explain. So, what's the difference? When you say I don't have, you are talking about the verb to have, like to have something. For example, I don't, oh, like here, Sergey said, like, I do not have money. I don't have money. Okay? This is about the verb to have, like when you have something, in this case, money, and you don't have it. But I haven't is another thing. I haven't is when you are using the particle, this auxiliary have, and the verb in the past participle. Like you were talking about the past. Have you ever studied the three rules of past? Like simple past. For example, yesterday I ate pasta. Okay, this is something that happened yesterday. It's a fact. But if I say, like, I haven't eaten, I want you to know that I want to eat something because I haven't eaten yet. Okay? So you say, I haven't. And you're not talking about to have something, you're talking about eat, but you are using the particle. Okay? The particle have eaten. So it's not eat you are using. You're using the third column of the verbs. So as you study the verbs in the past, you see that are two columns, simple past and past participle. You are using the third column and have. Okay? But if you say, like, no, I don't want to eat, I'm not hungry because I have eaten. So this is the affirmative. I have eaten. And the negative, I haven't eaten. I'm hungry. Okay? So I hope it helps. And so let's keep moving. One thing is that don't be afraid to just talk in your new language. Okay? Your goal is to start thinking in your new language, but and not translate back into your native. Okay? But if you do that, if you keep translating, you never sound natural. So, what is my recommendation? Is for you to think about short thoughts. If you'd like to start thinking in English, for example, and you say, oh, maybe I don't have so many words, you can think, okay, now I'm thirsty. My mouth is dry. I think I need some water. I'm gonna get a glass of water. Then you get it. And that is real. Okay? So when you think about that, you have these words. But you say, but Haroldo, this is too silly, like it's too easy. I'd like to think about long ideas. Great, you can do that. And when you think about long, thoughts, you see that you don't have all the words you need. So go back and study this vocabulary, okay? Maybe I understand. Haven't is for the past. Yes, haven't is for the past, negative form of the past, okay? Like, have you ever been to Brazil, for example? You say, no, I haven't been to Brazil, okay? This is the negative form of the past. Remember that every minute in a lesson counts. So even a relaxed lesson needs some goals, okay? The big goal is, of course, fluency, but before fluency, you have to complete many small goals first. So if you already know what goals you want to achieve, you can share them with your teacher before the lesson, okay? Send your message to the teacher asking them, like explaining their situation. How long have you been studying? Or why did you stop? When did you start? Send this information because this will help your teacher map the whole situation, you see? But if you are not sure, you can always plan your language learning goals with your teacher, right? And well, I'm saying a lot of things about creating your goal, having a clear goal to your language learning, and ask your teacher, talk to your teacher. But how can you find the right teacher, the perfect teacher to lead you to your goal? So now that you have a clear idea about creating a goal for language learning, I'd like to show you how to find the right teacher for you on italki. So at first, I will let you in on a secret that most of my students don't know about. You know, it's always better to choose the filters on italki to find the right teacher. You see, this is not a big secret, but many people don't know how to use the filters to find the teachers that will fit best to them. So let me show you how it's done. Now I'd like to share with you guys my screen so that you can see the way I do that. Okay? So let me say, how can I do that? All right. Let me share my screen with you. Oh, just one moment. Let's see if it's done. Okay, DM Nair, you were asking something here. I can answer you in a moment. Okay, before I get back from the screen share here. So now I am here in my first screen on italki, and what we're gonna do is click here, find a teacher. When you click here, you have a list of all teachers on italki. I have a filter here already, learning English, okay? But if you don't have it, you can have the full list of teachers on italki. And this is a huge list, okay? There are teachers from many different places in the world teaching so many different languages, right? So you can go ahead and look for your first filter, which is language to learn. So when you click here, you will be able to see the languages. And let's say you are learning English, so you click here, English. And now what you have is a short list. This is shorter than the first list, actually, because it's a list of English teachers, okay? But well, what's the point? Here is a lot of teachers, okay? So it's very hard. Like I said, it's more than 3,000 teachers. So for you to choose among all those teachers will be a hard work. So that's why you use the filters, okay? Those guys over here. Because you see, when you find a teacher, you can see their part of their profile here. So you can see some characteristics. Like here, on the top left, you have this orange sign. It means this is a professional teacher. If you see, there are some blue, which are for community tutor. Okay, So you have this filter here, teacher type. When you click here, you can choose among just professional teachers, you see? So professional teachers are teachers who are educated, so they are graduated or certified in education, and they are here to help you move from one level to another in the language. So these are professional, tailored, and designed lessons just for you. Okay, so this is more like a good pace, a good rhythm of lessons for you to reach your goals. And you have also the community tutor to thing as well. I have been a community tutor in the past, and I recommend you because when you are attending to professional lessons, you might want to practice everything you were learning with someone. So you can find a community tutor, okay, to talk and to practice. Nice. So that's the difference. And you can recognize it seeing this symbol over here. Okay. And as you can see, you have this flag close to their names. And this is where is the teacher from, okay? So you have here also this from. This is another filter. So let's say you'd like to talk to a teacher because you are learning English in our example here. So you are learning English and you'd like to talk to a teacher from a specific place, like you like more the American accent or you like more the British accent. You can choose it here. Let's say you like the British accent. You can find someone from UK, okay, United Kingdom. You see, now the list is getting shorter. When you do this, you can have also their prices here, okay? And with their prices, you can also find it here, the hourly rate. This is a price range, $4 to $80, and you'll be able to check, okay? Like a price range. This you control how much you'd like to invest for less an hour. You see, so giving an example, when you do that, you have here a difference in the list, okay? Because this will be all the teachers that are affordable for you. They are in your price range. They are into your budget, okay? And we have also languages that this teacher speaks. So, like this guy, for example, he teaches English but speaks Spanish. So let's say, and this guy speaks Italian, and there are many others, okay? So let's say in my case here, when I click on teacher speaks, I have here Portuguese because Portuguese is my native language. So if I'd like to learn a language today, probably I'd like to try to find a teacher who speaks my language because this will be easier for me. Like I will feel more comfortable, okay, learning the language. And if I don't know how to say something in the new language, I can try to speak in my language, my native language. And if the teacher speaks it, so it becomes easier. Okay, so I can select this. And what we have now is a list of teachers, English teachers from UK in this price range who speak Portuguese. All right, you see this is a good list. And so this will help me because now we have just 23 teachers. And this is better because this will be easier for me to choose. It's better to choose among 23 than to choose among like more than 3,000, you see? So that's the difference. And you have also this option. For me to see it's an advanced speaker, which is someone like who can speak in advanced level. Okay, this teacher will teach you in a very high pitch. Or you can try to find a native speaker if this is something important for you. Okay, and last but not least, we have here this filter skills. So when you click on this filter, we have some specific needs, popular skills, or specific age. So let's say you are trying to find lessons for your children or teenagers, you can click here. If you are a beginner, then you can click here, and what we have now is a list of teachers within all these features that are experts in teaching beginners. So they have the perfect pace, they have patience, which is necessary for beginners, they have special material for you to study. Okay, so this would be something good for you. But well, let's say this is not your case. Actually, you're not a beginner, but you'd like to work or to study in the UK, in the US, or Canada, or maybe Australia. So you'd like to have a test preparation because you need it. So here we have it. Okay, it's another list of teachers who are experts for exams, for test preparation. And we have here all the most popular tests. You see? Yeah, that's nice. So there are many possibilities for you to choose and to make it narrow before you choose the official teacher, okay? And we have also here the specific needs. And what is this about? This is not only about languages, but this is about life. When you are learning something, I strongly recommend you to try to make the process as enjoyable as possible. Otherwise, you feel bored and you give up. Trust in me. Okay, so what you're gonna do? Let me give you an example. I am a musician. So if I'd like to learn a language today, I'd like to talk about music. Okay, so I can type here music because it's something I'm interested in. If you enjoy cooking, you can maybe type here like cooking or food. Okay, so when I do that, what I have here is a list of teachers. Look how complete is that. It's English teachers from UK speaking Portuguese inside my price range, interested in music. You see? And now I can choose. Okay? And if I take this off, this price range, I have more teachers. If I take the Portuguese off, I'll have even more teachers. Okay? And after this, I'll go to the next step, which is to explore the teacher's profile. So what is this about? Teacher's profile, we have their video, which is a very interesting thing. When you have this video, you can go through it to understand the teacher's accent, languages they speak, okay, their background. You understand the story of this teacher, and you check if this will be a good teacher for you. You can also scroll down and take a look at their self-description. Okay, you can have a read here. You can see their teaching style and check if it matches with your learning style. This is very important. Everything we're talking here is about connection, okay, between you and the teacher. You have their professional lessons. Like a CV, you have work experience, education, and certificates. This is if this is important for you. And you have here the reviews, which are comments that come from his students saying how good are his lessons. Great. After you see all profiles you like, so you can scroll down and open more and more profiles, and you like this teacher, it's time to book a lesson. So you can go. Remember that we have 3 trial lessons available on italki, okay, which are 30 minutes lessons, which are meant for you to take a trial before starting to learn with this teacher. Okay, normally the price is half than the full hour. Sometimes this price here is even lower than $1. Okay, so I think you should definitely try it out. All right, so great. That was it about finding a teacher. Let me get back to our regular screen. Okay, now I'm back. Now I'm back. Great. So let's see here what we've got. Okay, can I say? Let me see DM there. Can I say I don't visit Brazil? Maybe it's easy question, but you were explaining really good. That's why I'm asking. I don't visit. You can say that, okay? But if you say that, it means that you never go to Brazil, like not often. It's not something you do regularly. Okay? So for example, if you travel a lot for work, so you travel a lot, but because of your work, you don't have clients in Brazil or you don't have people you know in Brazil, so you never go there. So you can say this: I don't visit Brazil. Okay? So this is a point. But if you're talking about the past, so if I ask you, did you visit Brazil? This is in the past because you were traveling. And I would like to know that in your travel, so during your travel time, if you have visited Brazil, and you say, no, I didn't visit Brazil. This works because you were asking a specific question. Okay? So that's the difference. Let me know if you understand, okay, clearly, right? Yeah, so now that you have your teacher, it's time to go to the next step because you booked your trial lesson. So at first, make sure that you have everything you need to succeed in your online lesson, like materials, all of your passwords, a pen, a notebook, and if you want, you can have a cup of coffee or tea by your side, okay? To help you feel relaxed during the lesson. I honestly prefer water. Great. Thanks. Oh, you're very welcome anytime. Okay. In the end of this lesson, the last minutes, I will answer more questions. So if you guys have more questions, you can send me. If I know how to answer it, you can count on me. Okay. So the language learning is made of four parts. So this is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. To become fluent in a language, all of these skills they need to be strong. So that means you have to spend time working on each skill. This is very important because most people tend to be better at one or two skills and only focus on those instead of spending time improving all four. So, for example, if your reading skills are really good, but you don't speak very often, you are guaranteed to improve your speaking with online lessons because it's one on one. Okay, it's just for you, it's personal. But if you're not sure what you need to work on, you can ask your teacher directly what they think. Okay, your teacher will be able to correct your mistakes, including ones that maybe you haven't noticed. By talking about subjects that interest you, we can help you use your language more naturally. Okay, but if you're not sure, you can plan your goals with your teacher. So ask them questions and be prepared to be asked questions as well, because we want to find out about you and about your interests. So there's nothing, absolutely nothing to be worried about here, okay? It doesn't matter how many mistakes you make because there are no other students listening to you. So learning online talk is perfect if you feel nervous talking in front of lots of other students in a classroom, because here you are in a safe environment with a teacher who wants to build your confidence with conversations that are real, natural, and interesting to you. You see? So all teachers they come with experience of teaching beginners, okay, if this is your case, and will encourage you at a pace of learning that is perfect for you. Or if you are intermediate to advanced in English, then you can immediately start speaking to the teacher, and the teacher will be able to assess your level and provide you a plan to get best results. All right? So even if it's a lesson focused on speaking, you can think before your lesson of just a few sentences to start a conversation or some questions you want to ask your teacher in your new language, because this will save you a lot of time before moving on to new topics, right? And now I'd like to talk about two topics regarding online lessons. One is if your teacher is offering you a learning resource like a TV show or a textbook, and you don't think this will help you, don't be scared to ask for something else. Okay, don't be scared. That's the key word. The teachers on italki are prepared to guide you through every step of your journey, or even ready to create a language journey for you. So everyone learns differently, and your teacher we'll have many resources and materials that I can send to you. You can even find your own materials if you have something, okay, that you love. Another thing is to ask to record a lesson. Some of my students, they ask me if it's okay to record the lessons we have, and I always say yes, because revision of a lesson with a teacher will make your memory about the topic stronger and will also help you understand your teacher's pronunciation better, right? On when I first meet a new learner, I like to do a speaking and listening test, which I base on real conversation. So this way I can quickly find out any areas you need to practice. It might be different tenses, learning some phrases or pronunciation, you know. The best thing about italki is that every lesson is made just for you. You might want to learn a new language because we're traveling, maybe moving to a new country, or because language learning is your hobby. Okay? Listen to the advice of your teacher. We all have a lot of experience and we want you to succeed. But above all, we want you to enjoy the journey of learning a language, right? And as I mentioned before, how can you move from one level to another in a language? What's the fastest way and the best way? Our recommendation is to immerse yourself in the language as much as possible by reading, listening to YouTube channels or TV programs, listen to the words of your favorite songs, okay, write in a journal, and of course, having a lesson at least once a week with your teacher on italki. You know, talking is the fastest and most natural way to learn a language. It makes it come alive. And with italki, you have the opportunity to have real conversations with teachers who are able to explain to you properly how to construct sentences, okay, so that they are natural, and we can help you with your pronunciation so that you feel more confident, okay? So, maybe it's not always possible to practice speaking. Yeah, it's not always. It's good to find some people which are learning you're learning English, right? So it's good to find some people who are practicing, like just like you, because this way you can share, you can exchange. Okay, maybe this person is a native English native speaker who's learning your native language. Okay, and you can exchange that, so you can teach them your language, and then they can teach you English. Okay, this happens. This is very nice. It's a good opportunity to practice. And so, as I was saying, I hope that you have got a clear idea about how to get the most out of your online lesson. I'd like to thank you for your time and patience. And if you are joining late, if you're coming now, I shared in the beginning, and I will share you again, a special coupon, okay, for learning any language on italki with any teacher. So let me send you guys again. Okay, and then after, if you are watching using your phone or your iPad, the coupon is this one, get 10, okay? So go to the website, italk.com/recharge, top up your account and use this code, get 10, to get 10 bucks extra for your first purchase on italki. Okay, very nice, very nice. Great. So, guys, thank you very much for today. It was nice to be here. I hope you have like enjoyed this lesson as much as I did. Thank you very much, and have a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening wherever you live. Okay. Have a good evening for me, and I hope to see you soon in other live sessions. Take care, guys. Bye bye.